Guys, this is history. What you've done with the show.
You guys have built a platform that influences.
It's the world's most dangerous morning show.
Wake up, Breakfast Club.
DJ Envy.
Envy playing my record, I made it.
Jess Hilarious.
Jess with the she don't spare nobody.
Charlamagne the God.
What made you think that liking of controversial questions would take his part?
I like this show.
Thanks, Breakfast Club.
Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Jess is out. What up, Lauren LaRosa?
Good morning, y'all.
Charlamagne the God. Peace to the planet. It's Monday. What's happening?
Yes, it's Monday. Back to the work week. Good morning. How you feeling out there?
I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners, man. How y'all feeling? How was y'all weekend?
How you feeling,
great.
Lauren?
I feel great. My weekend was great. I went to my first car show ever.
That's right.
Thanks to Envy. And it was so cute. There was this little boy there. And they were like, oh my God, he wants to meet Envy, but he's so scared to go over. I was like, come on. And the way that he reacted just from seeing the car, I was like, I understand all the madness now.
Yes.
I get it. I remember being a little kid and watching cars right by and be like, oh, that's going to be my car. And I got that same feeling back. And I was like, oh, my niece should have been here. It was a great car show, Envy. You really, you be doing that.
Thank you. It was over 7,000 people. And shout to that young boy. That's what the car show is about. We do that all day long. You got a lot of kids in there that are shy and they see their favorite celebrities or they see their favorite car and they're so excited. So what we try to do is we try to take some of those kids and let them sit in their first car, let them take pictures, let them experience it, and they never forget those memories. So I just want to salute to everybody that came out to the car show. I want to salute to all the vendors, everybody that brought their car, all the celebrities that was kind enough to lend me that car for that day and trust me with their vehicle. I want to salute Lincoln Tech. Lincoln Tech is my biggest sponsors each and every year. So thank you, Tina and Lincoln Tech. Thank you, Monster Energy. Thank you to Eastchester Jeep that actually gave somebody a free 2-year lease. A brother, he won that, so congratulations to him.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
you get a 2-year. How you get that? What
congratulations to Hawthorne Chevy. Hawthorne Chevy did the same.
I needed a car.
Yeah, true.
Gave a lady in there a free 2-year lease where they have the car for 2 years. So salute to that, and just salute to everybody, man. We had such an amazing time. All the food vendors. It was just a great day. No problems, no situations. Just a big family fun day. Just one kid that went missing 3 times. He went missing 3 times. 3 times I heard Red say, if you know CJ's parents, please come to the stage. Your child is looking for you. He was missing 3 times. I don't know if his parents went to the bar, if his parents went to go get some food, but he was missing. So salute to everybody that joined me this weekend. And the last one we're going to do is Memphis with PRE, which is Dolph's label and Key Glock. So I'm looking forward to that as well. All right. Now, what you do this weekend, Charlamagne?
What did I do this weekend? I had my 9th annual back to school drive and fish fry in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. So that's what I did. Made sure the kids had their book bags and school supplies and all of that good stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I forgot to shout out House of Experts, who gave kids free haircuts all day long from 11 to 6. He was cutting kids' hair for free for back to school, and we gave backpacks as well. So salute to you, John, from House of Experts. You know what I did as well last night? I went to go see the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yo, I haven't wow. Where were they at?
The
I met
Harlem
one of them last week.
Where at?
He was
one?
actually outside the building. I forgot which one.
Oh, okay.
Do they still do all the tricks and all that stuff?
It's like a huge show. They had they played at the American Dream Mall in Jersey, and the Harlem Globetrotters. If you don't know, they're a basketball team that does like tricks and jumps and dunks and flips, and it's a show.
That's real childhood memories right there.
What? My kids loved it yesterday.
Yes.
When I say they had such an amazing time, they enjoyed the Harlem Globetrotters. So salute to the Harlem Globetrotters. It was a dope show. I used to watch it as a kid because the tickets were cheaper than going to see a professional team. So my parents would take me all the time. But salute to the Harlem Globetrotters. Had a great time watching them last night. My kids loved it. All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Daniels and Andra Day will be joining us this morning.
Yes, they got a new movie, The Deliverance. It's in theaters. It's in select theaters now. Start streaming on Netflix August 30th.
That's right. We're going to kick it with them in a little bit. And when we come back, we got front page news. DNC starts today?
DNC starts today.
DNC starts today. I'm sure Morgan will fill us all about that, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, Jess is still out on maternity leave, and we got Lauren LaRosa filling in, and let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, y'all. I'm broadcasting from Chicago. You know, the DNC is going on this week. And let me just rewind and say hello to you guys. Happy Monday.
Happy
Monday.
Monday.
Good morning.
Hey, Hey, so let's back up just a little bit on Friday in case you missed it. Vice President Kamala Harris, she laid out her economic plans if she won the election in November. In a speech from Raleigh, North Carolina on Friday, Harris said bringing down the cost of living and ending the housing shortage will be her priorities in her first 100 days. Let's hear more from Harris in North Carolina.
I will be laser focused on creating opportunities for the middle class that advance their economic security, stability, and dignity. When I am elected president, I will make it a top priority to bring down costs and increase economic security for all Americans. My plan will include new penalties for opportunistic companies that exploit crises and break the rules, and we will support smaller food businesses that are trying to play by the rules and get ahead.
I know it might sound a little bit more complicated than it is, but when she says she wants to rebuild the middle class, when she wants everybody to have the opportunity to own a small business or the opportunity to own a home or put more money in working class people's pockets, that's things I can get with. Talking about bringing down the price of food and groceries. I can get with that.
And most people will get with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, how about this one, though? She also advocated for boosting the child tax credit and increasing housing construction and a federal, of course, you mentioned the federal ban on groceries. I mean, I know y'all got kids, so that tax credit could be really nice.
But I think it's a very fair question that, asked, just to say, hey, you are the vice president now. And that administration has been in there for the last 3.5.
Why wasn't this done
years.
3 years ago?
Why wasn't that? Hey, yes. I mean, that might be one of her ticket items that they claim she's not going to deviate from his stuff. But, moving on. She also announced plans to provide, we talked about that, the $6,000 credit. So VP Harris and her running mate were also on the campaign trail together over the weekend. They kicked off their bus tour in Pennsylvania. Governor Walz and Harris were greeted by crowds at the airport in Pittsburgh before boarding the campaign bus for Rochester. Sorry about that, guys. Both Harris and Trump campaigns are targeting a battleground state with former President Trump set to hold a rally, or he also held a rally in Pennsylvania as well. Let's hear more from Harris in Pennsylvania.
Very much consider us the underdog. We have a lot of work to do to earn the vote of the American people. That's why we're on this bus tour today, and we're going to be traveling this country as we've been and talking with folks, listening to folks, and hopefully earning their votes over the next 79 days.
Yeah, so despite Harris being favored over Trump in recent polls, she continued to maintain that she will be active on the campaign trail. Also on the campaign trail this weekend was former President Donald Trump. He was also in Pennsylvania. Trump spoke to a crowd of supporters in Wilkes-Barre on Saturday, claiming America would be worse under a Kamala Harris presidency. Let's hear more from Trump.
Joe Biden hates her, okay? Hates her. This was an overthrow of a president. Kamala Harris is a super left liberal who ruined San Francisco, ruined California, and delivered a badly broken economy, a badly broken border. Under Kamala Harris and crooked Joe Biden, the American dream was dead, and it is dead. It's dead as a doornail. They'll never bring it back unless we win.
I don't think Trump wants to be there no more, yo. I really, truly feel like Trump don't want to run no more. I
feel crazy that you say that?
I feel like Trump wants the Republicans to do to him what the Democrats did to Biden.
Pull him out?
Yes. Put me out of my misery.
No, you know what's crazy? After the assassination attempt, and he was on the stage that first time he spoke publicly, and he said, I shouldn't be here. That was the first time that I was like, wow, like maybe he really feels a way. But, people around him might have, hey, you got it. And maybe he's just, doing what he got to do for the people.
I think it's an ego thing, too.
No, I think it's a form of PTSD. Man did just get shot at. Let's be clear.
Yeah,
that's right.
You know what I mean? And your response to trauma is just stay busy. Just keep him out there. Keep him out there.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to be out there no more. When he said the other day that if Kamala Harris wins, he'll move to Venezuela, I'm like, that man ready to go now.
He out of here. I mean, he got shot at. I mean, I'm sure he's like, F this.
Not to mention facing all the criminal charges he's facing. At some point, you got to be like, man, this ain't worth it.
You know what?
Ain't none of this really worth it.
Tired of the thug life.
I can go back to Celebrity Apprentice or something.
My goodness. All right. Facts. Well, that is front page news. We'll see you next hour, Morgan.
Yeah, we'll talk, or we'll hear from the vice presidential nominees.
All right. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, let us know how your weekend was, what you did, and all that good stuff. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm dialing.
I'm calling you. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Oh, hi, it's Esther.
Hey,
Yes,
Esther.
Esther.
Good morning. Get it off your chest.
Okay, I just want to say I was out in Monk's Corner this Saturday for Charlamagne's event, and it was very nice. The fish was great. There was also a Jamaican food truck there that was giving out free food. There was a lot of nice vendors. The kids got their book bags. I had 4 grands with me. And the haircut, my nephew got a haircut, and it was very nice. It was a very nice event, and just the right timing also.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming out. I really do.
It was
you.
lovely.
Thank you very much. We'll be there again next year. Next year will be the 10-year anniversary.
Thank you, Esther.
Lovely. I'll be there, and I'm a new recruit to South Carolina as well.
Oh, well, you know, I do my turkey drive in November as well, so you can come out and get your free turkey at the same place, Berkeley High School student parking lot in November.
Okay, well, I will definitely do that. And listen, Charlamagne, I would like to have one of your books. Do you have anything for me?
Yes, Mack, put her on hold and make sure she get a copy of Get Honest or Die Lying, Why Small Talk Sucks. That's my latest book.
Hold on.
I love her voice. It reminds me of like radio, old school radio.
Yes, it's salute to the Mini Mart Caribbean Grocery and Cuisine. That's who had the food truck out there providing the free Jamaican food Saturday. And my dad was frying the fish, so salute to my pops cowboy.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up, Envy? This is Jay from North Carolina.
What's up, Jay from North Carolina? Get it off your chest.
Hey, man, I just want to let everybody know. It's not insane to let everybody know the Cowboys on the Super Bowl every year, man.
Yes, it is.
We're going this year.
We going this year, baby. Let's go.
Charlamagne, what's up, King?
I'm blessed, black, and highly favored, man. I like your optimism, man. We going to the Super Bowl this year, baby.
Goodbye, Jay.
You saw us. We
what's up, beautiful?
We won over the weekend too.
Oh, yeah, 25. Hey, Envy, before you hang up on me, man, check this out. When you go bring a car show to North Carolina, man, to the 910.
You know what? We think about doing it next year. We were supposed to do it this year, but I think maybe next year. We only do 3 cities a year, so this year we did, of course, New York, New Jersey. We did Shreveport with 50, and then we're gonna do Memphis with PRE and Key Glock on Labor Day weekend. So we're gonna. But I think next year we'll do the Carolinas.
Hey, let me know, man. I have your Cowboy jersey with.
Oh,
there you go.
Man.
There you go.
Goodbye, man. Why you gotta go there with it? Why you gotta go there with it? Hello, who's this?
Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, get it off your chest.
Okay, so I'm an Uber driver, and if you are getting into an Uber's car, you don't ask them who they're here to pick up. You tell them your name because you have their picture, their car, make, model, and license plate. And also make sure the address that you're that is right, because y'all be having us in the wrong address, and sometimes it's dangerous for us to be posted up at somebody's house if y'all typed in the wrong address.
I will have to say this though. Sometimes with those Uber apps, you put in the right address and then they pin where you're at, and then it don't be us, it be the Uber app.
Yeah, and then you got to walk around trying to find people.
You, yeah.
Now your hair is sweating out. It's just a lot.
We'll help you out, but you guys got to help us out too. And some of them Ubers got to be a little cleaner.
No, mine is clean, but make sure if it's wrong, then just text us. Y'all be waiting for us to call y'all or text y'all. Y'all got to text us. Let us know.
All right, Michelle. What's your name? Michelle?
Michelle. Thank you. Y'all have a good morning.
All right, Michelle. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest,
Wake up.
whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Chrissy, how are you?
Hey, Chrissy. Good morning. Get it off your chest, Chrissy.
Okay, so I'm a teacher, and every time I turn around, I keep seeing like these memes or these Facebook posts that's like, oh, well, teachers are going on vacation, and now they're asking people to clear their Amazon list. And I'm like, why do y'all get the impression that it's my job to take care of your child? The Amazon list is not for us. It's for the students who can't afford. On my Amazon list is pencils and glue sticks and scissors, things that parents should be providing, even things that the district should even provide. But yet, they sit here and they make these jokes. And I'm like, you know what's not fair? We're already underpaid, but then you turn around and expect us to provide our own supplies. If you worked at McDonald's, they wouldn't expect you to come with your own spatula. If you were a doggone custodian, they wouldn't expect you to come with your own doggone broom. I just feel like a lot of people don't get it, that teachers are out here trying our best to help those that can't help themselves. But yet, you got nothing but parents that's making jokes. I'm like, y'all the main ones that the kids come in with Balenciagas on their feet, but not a pencil in their hand.
Now, if you got Balenciaga on your feet and not a pencil in your hand, boy, you talking about having your priorities all messed up.
And where you calling from, Mama?
Definitely. Houston, Texas.
Okay. We appreciate you. And the school season start yet?
Next week.
Oh, yeah. I'm up early because we got volleyball practice.
Yeah, down South School already started.
Yes, yeah, down south to start.
We start goes back next week.
Yeah, we start after Labor Day.
Got you.
Well, have a good one, Mama. Appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome, bud.
Have a good one. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Charlamagne calling from North Carolina. What's up, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy, and Lauren LaRosa? How you guys doing this
Peace, King.
What's up, Charlamagne? Get it off your chest.
Today is my first day of my junior year of college at Fayetteville State University.
Okay.
I just want some words of affirmation from you guys before I start my first day of class.
I got one for you.
Oh, go ahead, Lauren.
C's get degrees.
C's get degrees.
Okay.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
no, no, no,
I don't get. I don't.
That was a
technical
joke.
C's. I'm a 4.0.
He said he don't got time for that Delaware mediocrity.
Flossing on you right there. He said I got a 4.0.
I will tell you.
First of all, don't say mediocrity. I was a full scholarship.
Y'all talk that talk.
Okay.
My words of affirmation are keep God first, stay humble, and keep working, my brother.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm a communications student, so I need that from you guys. I appreciate it.
I would just, you know what, while you in school, I know you got one more year, a year and a half, because these classes are already in the books, but I would just tell you, take classes outside the box. Like, take classes you normally wouldn't take, because you got to pay for it anyway. And if you could just see something that you might not be thinking about, that you might be interested in, I just wish I would have took college more seriously and took classes outside of the box and enjoyed it more. So take classes outside of your box, bro.
Just start now. Like, start your brand.
All right.
Are you branding? Do your social media on point?
Yeah, I already do that. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Shimei Cook TV, SHIMEICOOK TV. I already got my podcast and radio stuff already up and running. I've been doing it since before I even got to college. So I've been branding myself and marketing myself.
There you go.
All that stuff. So I'm starting somewhere, but I just need, some people in the business as you guys are. Get some words of affirmation, especially because I'm a transfer. I need some, to new school. So I'm trying to get some words of affirmation and some encouragement.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Well, get out there and bust ass and have a good one, brother.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
There you go. You already practicing. I like that.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now, Jess is on maternity leave. We got Lauren LaRosa filling in. What we got?
Yes, so Sky Jackson, remember we talked about her domestic violence situation. We got some updates there, and then we also have some updates in the passing of B King.
Okay. All right, we'll get into all that when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa's filling in for Jess. And let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies,
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's a coach
with Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back.
And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So today in the mess, we are kicking off with Sky Jackson. We have an update. So we reported before that she was in LA at Universal City Walk, got into it with her boyfriend. She was allegedly on video shoving him, so they were detained. Police came. She was charged with domestic battery. The LA DA has decided not to move forward with the charges for domestic battery. So they're saying that there isn't enough evidence to bring the case to trial. So because of this, they're going to let it go. And I mentioned this before, like I'd never really seen her in any issues like this or whatever. She doesn't have any criminal background, anything like that. So, I mean, at this point, she's going to move on and be able to just live her life. But it was super viral online. So I guess.
Was there video of it?
So in the beginning, yes, there was reported to police that there was video, and police were using that, I guess the video of the shoving or whatever they had, to be able to bring those charges. But the DA is saying it's not enough. So maybe the shoving is being described as one way, but the video itself, we haven't seen the video, might not fully be what the DA is going to classify.
And her as a woman, and him
battery.
being a man, I'm sure played a role into it as well. Probably didn't look as serious on the video. But if it was a guy doing that to a woman, it'd be totally different.
You never know. We haven't seen the video, but that could definitely be a thing. That could definitely be a thing for sure. And another update, Beat King. So Beat King, remember we reported that he had passed away. So there's now information on what happened. So TMZ got this update, and what they were told was that he passed away in the hospital last Thursday. So he suffered a pulmonary embolism. And he was basically at work. He was doing the morning takeover at Urban One Radio 1 station. He fainted and then was rushed to the hospital.
Wow.
Once he was rushed to the hospital, he was there for some time. His family, everybody is there. And then he passed away. When he passed away, the same day, he passed away with his 2 daughters by his side.
Wow.
That's horrible, man. I mean, that's a blood clot. That's a blood clot in one of your arteries.
Something not being able to circulate right to somewhere.
Yeah, it stops blood flow to your lungs, I believe, or an artery in your lungs. That's why I be so big on Dr. Puma, man, sending people to go to Soren Medical. You know, get all of that looked at, cardiovascular, all of that. Make sure that there's no blockages or anything, because man, when them things hit, they hit.
Yeah, you can do things like, I know my mom, we have one scheduled for her soon. They do like lung failure and like whatever test. Even if you don't think there's something wrong, they can go in and just kind of see and like predict if something will happen, so it's preventative and not reactionary.
That's what Charlamagne was saying with Dr. Puma. He does everything around the heart, and he does lungs too. It's lungs too, because he was able to look at my lungs as well.
See a black doctor?
No, he's not black. He's been up here several times though, but he does these things where he makes it affordable. Where
He's not white either though. What is he?
I don't know.
Yeah,
he a person.
He a person. He's a white either though. He's a human being. But he does this thing, and he makes it very, very affordable, where people can actually go and get their heart checked out, get their cardio, and get their lungs checked out. So Charlamagne and I both went to make sure that we were pretty good. Not together, but we did go.
Sending healing energies to family of Beat King though, man.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Like, stay on top of your health, my brothers.
Now, in other news, Cash Doll, her home was burglarized over the weekend, and it could have been really, really bad. She doesn't normally share super private stuff like this at all, but she took to social media to tell us about what happened.
Since I've been in Detroit, I guess people was looking at my story and they see that I'm not home. And they found that this was the best opportunity to run inside of my house and get all my Birkin bags in Atlanta. However, that's cool. They got caught. They got into a shootout with my child's father, and the police got all of them. And we ain't took no L. It's a celebration, but it's also sad that it's black people that's just running inside of people's home trying to take their things. And what if my kids was there? What if my sister was there? What if my mom was there? What if Tracy was there asleep and y'all caught him slipping? They came in with guns.
So there were 4 guys, 4 black young men that came into her home. The report to the police was there was a woman who called and said, on my Ring camera, I'm able to see 4 people breaking into my home. That woman then, and I'm assuming that woman is cashed out because she's telling us what happened, then called a friend of hers who got to the home and confronted the people that were trying to burglarize the home, and there was a shootout that happened. She talks a little bit about how, like, after the shootout or whatever, they fled.
It was the baby daddy that was shooting, right?
Tracy T. So Tracy T got there, got into a shootout with the guys, then they fled, right? So police arrive, they see these guys take off in a car. They take off in that car, they crash the car into a utility pole trying to get away from the police. They hop out of the car. The driver has 2 guns on him, and y'all, there's video in one of the reports that I watched. One of the guns is like automatic, like they came in ready for whatever, right?
Did they get arrested?
Yes. There's one person that is still, at the time of the report, that was still at large though, but they did get arrested.
Somebody sent me his name from Detroit. I'll tell on him this morning on the radio.
Oh,
okay?
God. And
They're
Atlanta.
Whatever they said.
And so they were charged with first-degree burglary. But the big issue, another issue that she had with this whole thing, and you know, luckily everybody is safe, Tracy T is safe, was that the way that her community responded, because she's the youngest person on her block and the only black person on her block. So take a listen to this.
You guys, I stay in a nice neighborhood, you know, where I'm the only black person on my block and the youngest person on my block. And this man had the audacity to go to the news, Ronnie Mayers. He went to the news and told them that my house is a drug house because it's traffic and a lot of black people there. Because it's always traffic. He just assumed that since it's nice cars and other black, nice, successful people pulling up that's entertainers, that's friends, producers, that have nice things as well, that I have drugs in my home. For you to just associate me with drugs just because I'm young, black, and successful, that's crazy.
I bet the other people in the neighborhood believe that all those gunshots and all the police being there was warranted because they think Cash Doll is a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Yo, one of the guys that was got in a report, he was like, whoa, we thought it was fireworks, but I mean, you know. And then there was another guy that was like, I've never seen anything like this happen in this neighborhood. I've never seen this many police. This is just too much. Like, you could tell, like, oh, they...
That's what happened to J. Cole too, right? That was when J. Cole's studio, people thought he was selling drugs out of his house when so many black people coming into his studio one time.
You would think that in Atlanta, they'd be used to that by now, though.
It depends on where.
Black people with money?
In the South, though, like, this is like, she's like on the outskirts. You know what I mean? Like,
She just said Atlanta, I don't know.
Brookhaven is like out the way. Like, it's not you're not seeing a lot of black people. She said she's the only black person on the block.
Well, I'm glad Tracy didn't get hurt, but I do wish he would have hurt somebody. I wish his bullets would have hit some folks, because if you run up in someone's home, you get what you deserve. Just like Cash Doll said, you don't know if my family in there, my kids in there, anything. You just running up in people's houses. I wish Tracy would have shot them all.
Well, one of the police officers shot the driver. The driver's now listed in critical condition because when he came out the car, he had a gun on him, so they shot. And then they dropped the gun. He stopped, tried to pick up the gun, so they shot him again.
So you want me to feel sorry for him?
No, I'm just telling you that somebody was shot. No, I was just telling you someone was shot.
Like you said, yeah, they would have ran up in that house, say she was there, say her baby father was there, her kids were there, her mom was there, her nanny was there, and they
came ready to. Them guns was big guns.
They earned it.
Yes.
Earned every bullet he got.
We got time for one more?
No.
Okay, wrapping up? Okay. Well, yeah, I'm glad they're okay, though, but yeah.
All right. Well, that is Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa. When we come back, we have front page news with Morgan Wood. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, Jess is out on maternity leave. We got Lauren LaRosa filling in, and let's get back in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Good morning from Chicago. Yeah, the DNC is going down this week, and Democratic vice presidential candidate Tim Walz, he held his first solo rally in Nebraska over the weekend on Saturday. Now, Walz said in Minnesota, where he's governor, people respect each other's choices. Now, let's hear more from Walz.
Here in Nebraska, it's the same way. We might not make those choices for ourselves, but we live by the golden rule. And that golden rule is mind your own damn business. Mind your own damn business.
Yeah, the rally was held near Nebraska's competitive second congressional district surrounding Omaha, which both campaigns are hoping to win. Walz, who grew up in Nebraska, went to Chadron State College and served in Nebraska's Army National Guard, reminded rallygoers of his home state roots, making multiple references to Nebraska culture. Now, Walz said, here in Nebraska, we have a slogan, Nebraska is not for everyone. Well, it sure isn't for Donald Trump. I'll tell you that. He also took shots at Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, and said in Nebraska and in Minnesota, we don't need a Yale-educated philosophy major. Now, meanwhile, Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance, he's pushing back against recent polling that shows a surge in support for Vice President Harris in the 2024 presidential race. Appearing on Fox News Sunday, Vance claimed polling at this point in the election season has often not reflected the results of the presidential election. So let's hear more from Vance.
Look, I recognize that there are a lot of folks, even in the GOP establishment, and certainly on the far left, who don't like the fact that Donald Trump picked me. I actually take their criticism as a badge of honor. I'm not shocked that a lot of inside the Beltway media types don't like me, but their policies are the problem. Of course they don't like me because we're running to fix what they have broken. Consistently, what you've seen in 2016 and 2020 is that the media uses fake polls to drive down Republican turnout and to create dissension and conflict with Republican voters.
Polls are hilarious to me. Well, not really the polls, but how people react to polls. Because if your candidate is doing good in the polls, you like polls.
Right.
If they're not doing good in the polls, then polls don't matter right now. Democrats did it when, Joe Biden was losing in the polls. Now the Republicans are doing it when Trump is losing in the polls. It's disgusting. But just know, and I've been saying this, the reason they don't really care about polls is because all over the country, if Kamala Harris wins in November, Republicans will refuse to certify the results of the election. Just know that. All those county election officials who are election deniers, they're already planning to stop the results right away if it looks like the vice president is winning. And once again, that corrupt-ass Supreme Court, Trump's court that he put 3 judges on, those folks are ready and willing to overturn the results of the election if it gets to them. So I hope folks are prepared for that come November.
Well, didn't the poll say Hillary Clinton was going to win?
They were saying Hillary was up.
Yes, I was just getting ready to say that. It sure did. Well, Vance went on to say that Harris's rhetoric on economic policy is not resonating with voters and that Americans were much better off under President Trump. This comes, of course, after polls recently released by the Washington Post, ABC News, and Ipsos has Harris leading Trump by just a few percentage points. So, like you said, the polls are what they are. When you like them, you like them. You don't, you don't. Mm-hmm. And of course, as mentioned before, the Democratic National Convention is underway in Chicago. It kicks off today. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says the city is ready for pro-Palestinian protesters at the DNC. In an interview with CNN's State of the Union, Pritzker said he's confident in the city's plan to handle the high numbers of expected protesters against Israel's war in Gaza. And he remained insistent, however, that violence would be met with consequences. Let's hear more from J.B. Pritzker.
We're going to protect the protesters, but also protect all the people visiting, 50,000 people coming to Chicago, and the residents of Chicago. So the plan's been in place for a year and a quarter now already. We're going to execute on that plan the next 4 days. If there are troublemakers, they're going to get arrested, and they're going to get convicted. But the fact is that the vast majority of people who are protesting, and we've seen this before, are peaceful protesters. They want to have their voices heard. They're going to be heard, no doubt about it, and we're going to protect that. We've got a very, very different situation in the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party, honestly, has coalesced around this candidate. That was not the case in 1968.
Yeah, they said they're expecting like 20,000 protesters.
I was watching CNN yesterday, and they were showing you like the build outs that they have, and it's like miles and miles from where the DNC is going to be. It's like bigger than what they had to build at the Republican National Convention.
Yeah, they were protesting at the Lugo
and
yesterday.
Just let it be known to, about 50,000 people expected to descend on Chicago for the 4-day convention. Of course, Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson also told ABC's This Week Chicago police are working with Secret Service and other law enforcement agencies to maintain a secure convention. And just from a personal perspective, being here, there is a lot of foot traffic. There is a lot of police presence. You see it, and there are road closures. So, if you are in Chicago, stay vigilant and, plan ahead and plan early. But President Biden is set to take the convention stage tonight at the United Center to make his case for Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz. Again, security will be extremely tight, with this being the 27th time the city has hosted the DNC. That's
I'm not gonna lie,
Chicago.
Their primetime lineup don't look too strong, yo.
Who they got?
What? Kerry Washington is on.
They got Kerry Washington hosting one now. I'm talking. Y'all talking about the celebrity. I'm talking about the goddamn politician.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
You know me.
You talking about the headliners?
I'm distracted
so
over here, so
Yeah, it don't look like, I don't know. Maybe I was expecting Governor Josh Shapiro to have a primetime slot, or Governor Gretchen Whitmer or Wes Moore, like Gavin Newsom. I mean, I say Secretary Pete does, but it feel like they highlighting a lot of the old regime still, like Biden and the First Lady tonight, Hillary and Bill on another night. Mm-hmm. It's like,
Will people come for her if they didn't do that?
The way I look at it, at least, it looks like it's kind of a passing the torch from the old to the new. Well, I won't call it old to the new, but you do have the older politicians, the vetted long-term politicians speaking at early on in the convention, whereas later on in Wednesday and Thursday you have the, your Tim Walz and of course Harris accepting the nomination.
You got ex-president speaking.
Yeah,
but I just feel like we should be talking about the now and the future.
Yeah, you got a little bit of both.
like I don't know. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't speak, but I'm just talking about the prime time slots. It feels like we should be showcasing the now and the future.
Olivia Pope and the president are reuniting. Just in case y'all can't.
Goodbye, Lauren. Thank you, Morgan.
It's happening.
All right, so that's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. You can follow me on socials at Morgan Media. And of course, catch the Black Information Network at Black Information Network. And for more news coverage and live updates from the DNC, download the free iHeartRadio app and listen or visit at BINnews.com. Talk to y'all tomorrow.
Peace.
All right. Now, when we come back, Andra Day and Lee Daniels will be joining us. The Deliverance is out right now. It will be streaming on August 30th, but we're going to talk to them when we come back, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, Jess is on maternity leave, so Lauren LaRosa is holding it down with us. And we got some special guests in the building. The new film, Deliverance, is on Netflix August 30th. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Lee Daniels and Andra Day. Welcome.
Andra, Lee. Andra, you working.
Andra.
Yeah.
Andra, I'm sorry.
Andra Day. I said Andra Day.
Andra, you working.
Andra or Andra?
I know some people do say Andra. Some people say it, but it's Andra.
You literally call me by my character's name.
I call you by your character's name.
But you do say Andra. You always get it right.
Right, okay.
You actually always get it right.
Oh, you were seriously just asking her?
Yeah, because
he
okay.
He has never said it. He's never said
because I'm
Andra.
always
He
in
has
her
always
character
said
name.
Andra.
Got you.
When she's working.
Yeah, but I am always either Billy or Ebony.
How are y'all feeling first and foremost? How y'all feeling?
Good. I think
Really
good. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, I feel good.
I'm always good when I'm with her.
When did y'all develop this chemistry? Because it's clearly can't be just something that's done when y'all are working. Like you must like
we go
being around each other.
We go together.
Yeah,
We go together hard.
I told him, I was like, you stuck for life.
Lee, as a director, do you have actors and actresses that are like a muse for you? Like sort of like when a painter finds a favorite color, a favorite hue, they use it in all their art?
Yes, Monique is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole Kidman is one of them. Glenn Close now is one of them. Andra is certainly one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Taraji P. Henson. There's a group of actors that you just know that know I'm a know that I'm not politically correct when I'm talking. And, I come from a specific generation that and that they protect from myself.
Now, how was Monique doing? You mentioned Monique. How is she doing?
She's great. You know what? And that made me take a look at that interview that
when she was up here and called him Leonard.
It was fantastic getting back together with her. It was part of the reason that we did the film for me was I think we're in some dark time. I'm always a step ahead of it. I think I'm a little psychic because I'm a little ahead of everything that's happening. I remember when I did Empire, it was really because I was experiencing so much homophobia from my own people. It was hard enough to get movies made as a black man when I came into Hollywood because it was sort of pre-Spike Lee and post the black exploitation era. But the homophobia was really real, and I dealt with it with my own people. So anyway, I did Empire. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just expressing my feelings, And the same thing with this right here. This, I feel we're in dark times. I know that we're in dark times. And for me, it was about finding my higher power. And after I did the movie, there was a group of us that were summoned to Biden's. We were trying to figure out how to get him into office because black men weren't voting for him. And so it was Chris Rock and Sam Jackson.
Y'all just up there wasting your time.
He was
telling that man the truth that he needs to step down.
around his table, you know what I mean? No, this is before. We understood in that meeting that he needed to step down.
I was saying a year ago he needed to step down.
In that meeting?
What made you think that? Because we've been saying it for a long time, and people were saying that we were not representing and this, that, and the other, but we seen it and felt it.
A year ago I was saying he should step down.
Yeah,
and he was giving me hell for it.
I was giving you hell for it.
I know.
Yeah.
Then you walked in that meeting and you was like, what?
No,
what did you see in that meeting?
Oh, this is the president of the United States. But he would come back with very much like alertness. He was like he'd be like this, and we say, "Is he there?" And then he'd come up and go, "I've done more for black people than any president in the United States of America, including Obama." And he started listing off the facts, and like I think Queen Latifah was like, "Well, you should tell people this. You should be out in the streets telling people this because black men need to understand this." And he said, "I'm too busy trying to stop nuclear war. I'm too busy trying to stop nuclear war to go out and promote myself and what I'm doing because I'm doing the work." And then I realized how serious he was because it got real somber in there. And I said, "This is the reason why I'm doing my movie." Because we need to find our higher power. And that was the purpose of me trying to do this film right now. And so, because we could be going tomorrow. And so for me, it was really about, and that was part of Monique too, part of the healing of it all. It's like, who cares I don't care what I did. I mean, I'm whatever it was that I upset you about, I upset you. I'm 65 years old. I don't want to, I want to make sure that I'm good, that this is as much, I can spread as much love and do as much healing as I can. And that was part of the whole journey of this film.
So what is Deliverance about? Break down what it's about for people that don't know.
Okay, so, where do I start with this? It's really, well, first of all, it's a story about this single black mother. Really, she's dealing with, at the crux of it, there's spirit, like he said, trying to scare you to your higher power. But there's also a lot of generational trauma. So it's this idea that she's trying to be the best mother that she can be. She's trying to pour into her kids with all the tools that she's been given, which is not much, but she has been given a lot of pain. And so her mother has now moved into the house with her, so she's kind of faced with that trauma daily. But her mother is also a product of trauma. So it's definitely physically she is fighting demons, right? The kids are actually possessed. And so you have that element, that horror element in there. But she's also battling her own personal demons. And I love the metaphor that the demons that we don't deal with in ourselves, they will absolutely possess our kids and future generations and rob us of our future. It's really, one of the things I say, and we've talked about the genre a lot, because that's the question, is it thriller, is it horror, I think that for people to think that this is solely a horror movie, they would be remiss to walk away from it based on just that. It's a faith-based thriller, it's a family drama, it is a horror movie. So there's a lot of elements, but it's based on a true story ultimately. It's based on the haunting of a house in Gary, Indiana, the Ammons haunting.
Latoya Ammons.
Yeah, Latoya Ammons.
Mm-hmm.
And but loosely based off of that. Lee really did a great job of just creating new characters in their own life.
And I like y'all talking about horror, right? Because it's not just the demons that are the horror. Like you said, it's the generational abuse, it's the alcoholism,
Absolutely.
it's the poverty, it's the addiction. Those are all horrors.
Yes.
Precious was a horror movie to me.
Yes, absolutely.
I said that all day. That was an African American horror movie. African American horror movie.
I agree.
To his point, if you are a daughter and you grew up in a household with a mom who is dealing with her own things and doesn't know how to mother you through that, you watch something like Precious, it make you be like, oh shoot, I remember that feeling. Like it does give that.
Yeah.
Like you feel
Definitely
it.
PTSD.
I felt like that watching this.
Yes,
like,
for sure. There's definitely PTSD.
Okay.
How'd you not get traumatized?
I don't know that I didn't get traumatized. No. I mean, I'm a praying person. I'm a person of faith. So I think that, even going into it, there has to be like intention, right? I think if this was just sort of exploiting black pain, if this was exploiting kind of the demonic realm, I believe in the spirit realm, right? I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. Even initially when he first brought it to me, initially it was a yes, just because at this point I had just really, again, fallen in love with this person. I'm like, I trust him completely. I'm excited about everything he's doing. But my only hesitation was, do I want to do something that deals with that? Obviously, if you've come from any type of church background, right? People can be very, very, they have their very strong opinions about why would you
can't even watch horror movies.
Yeah,
my mama was Jehovah's Witness. Don't turn them evil spirits on in my house.
Really? Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they, like you said, people feel like, they can jump on you, they can do. But I think we also have this misconception that we're never supposed to look into that world or talk about that world. But for me, the scriptures that I read, I'm like, it's all throughout it. And I think what I loved about this and what I loved about Lee's goal is that he didn't want to just, marinate in that area. He wanted to show a story of overcoming, and that's what she does. And so for me, it was praying going into it. Like what I will say is that I had a hesitation just because of the subject matter, but I prayed about it and I was reminded in prayer that it's like, if you believe what you say you believe, then that means you have authority over these things. They are under your foot. And if you're going to be a light, then you have to go into dark places. And so I really love that represented in the movie. And so I think that's probably why we prayed a lot.
I mean, I knew that's the reason why you were right for it, because you were a believer. You really believed. And there's a scene in the film, for those that have seen the film, when she's fighting the devil, where she just breaks out in tongue. And the AD, my white AD, was like, okay, so this isn't scripted. Do we cut? Do we do whatever? And she's speaking in tongue. And I'm like, this is God working. We're going to let it, until she's tired.
Oh, you really went into speaking in tongue like that? Oh, wow, okay.
Yes.
That was her. That's when I knew she was right for the role. I mean, I knew that there was only one person that could play this role, and it was an actor that really believed.
All right, we got more with Lee Daniels and Andra Day when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Jess is on maternity leave. Now, Lauren LaRosa is filling in for her, and we're still kicking it with Lee Daniels and Andra Day. Charlamagne?
Is it true y'all had a preacher on set every day? On purpose?
Every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. We were terrified. I mean, I didn't know. My mother didn't want me to do this movie in the beginning. After Precious, I was offered this film, and I didn't want to do it because I felt like I was revisiting it already with a woman that was abusing her kids. But more importantly, I know how I work, and I demand the truth. I work from a place of, I'm an open portal.
Right.
For sure.
I'm an open portal, and I know what comes to me and what I give out. And I said, this is gonna land in my spirit. And so, and that's why I sat on it for such a long time, y'all. I didn't want to do the movie after Precious, and I just realized it's not about the darkness. It's really about finding your light and about finding a higher power. Yeah.
So what do you do to protect your peace, Lee? Because you're with this material longer than anybody.
Yeah.
From beginning to end.
My sister, I haven't talked about this yet, but my sister has done all my movies with me, every one of my movies. She's in my movies. And the following day, she was diagnosed with lung cancer.
No.
It was dark.
Wow.
You got something popped in your face. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was the fire
extinguisher. She's putting out
for
a fire of demons, and then that's a thing that happened. My dog died. It was just, everything that happened.
The dog died?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was everything that you think happened, and that's with praying practically before every scene. Now, Netflix was like, when we first busted out in prayer, Netflix was like, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to call HR because... And I said, wait, huh? We can't pray. Well, I go, okay, so I got to make an announcement to 300 people. Those that don't want to pray, step.
Yes. Yeah.
But please, you got to let us pray. We got to ask permission to pray now.
Would you dive into another movie like this? Because it seems so dark.
Never again. I will never.
Because I don't do scary movies, but it just seems so dark, and it's like it's hard to get out of. I started watching. I don't do scary movies, so when it starts getting a little crazy, I start hearing noises at night. I start thinking.
I'm like that.
It's just the end. It's just the end that's a little scary. I think that I don't think that I will do it again because it takes all, like you said, it's like all consuming. They're gone. Mm-hmm. I'm in that edit room. I'm still hearing noises and everything. Right. So and then also it's difficult it's a different type of a film for me to do. You know, it's a whole different experience because drama's like this, boom, 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 and I got that down. This experience is like it's like a slow dance. You know, it's a whole different sort of thing that you're doing. I just did it as an artist to just sort of grow.
I love it though. I think you ended up really creating almost a subgenre of horror. Like we've been talking about this a lot, and that's why I say it's not a typical horror movie. It's very different.
No, it's
very interesting.
What is it exactly? I don't know what it is.
It's like a soulful, dark thriller. Like
yes.
It's like it sits with you. Mm-hmm. Like I want to watch it with my mom and my grandma because we got some stuff we need to talk about. But at the same time, you might jump a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, and one of my questions for you after seeing parts of it, I didn't watch the full thing, was when you, because we're Precious, the mom, the daughter had the issue. Now you see this here again. From your life, where does that come from, or is that just something you think is something that needs to be addressed, or is that something personal to you?
Yeah, it's all everything that you see is a part of my life. Everything is part of my life. It's personal, and what I do is I live my demons out through all of my work. So everything you see on screen is a part of what it is that my life experience. The Glenn Close character, she was black. So I tried to separate it because I really wanted to separate myself from LaToya Amon. So I made this character white because I have so many mixed race friends. What is it like to be a black girl with a white mom? We all know that white girl, white woman that only dates black men, that has black children. We've never seen her on screen before. Glenn Close plays that chick. With the baby hair and the jewelry and cut off shorts and this, I'm so proud that she was able to delve into that because that's a character that we've never. Black people know her. I don't think white critics will understand the film. White critics will never understand.
Going over their head.
Oh, completely over their head. What is Glenn? What is this? She's a G for attempting to play this role.
Two questions. What was the beef between Monique's character and the grandma, and did that relationship in the movie reflect what you and Monique was going through at the time?
The beef between the grandmom, that was real. They caught that, right? It was just that, the grandmom knew that Monique was not right. And Monique didn't like the grandmom, didn't care that the grandmom knew. So it was that type of energy. And no, that had nothing to do with what me and Monique was going through at all. Going back to work with Monique was like being on a bike. And not only did I want to make sure that she was good, but I wanted to make sure that we worked again and that she was paid well for what it was.
Yeah.
It was really important to me that
you better.
She felt hurt.
You would not pay her Monique again.
But now y'all can sit and laugh about it, right?
Yes. But now you're hearing more and more artists talking about, they're finally getting their value. They're finally getting their worth. What do you say to that? Because
she deserves it.
But not just Monique. I mean, a lot of black actresses and actors have coming up here recently and be like, we're finally getting out just
but it's because of Tyler Perry. They're saying it's because of Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry's paying them.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think that I come from a generation and the last generation of we were just so happy to get in the door. I don't think you understand, they weren't doing black cinema. I was just lucky felt blessed to be able to tell stories like Monsters Ball. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They laughed me out of every studio in Hollywood when I came to them with Monsters Ball. Who wants to see a fat kid at the end die by with a mixed race? What? They didn't want to see that kind of stuff. So I had to go get drug money to develop this story. Y'all know my history. Y'all saw it up there with Damon Dash. I had to go into the streets to get my art done.
Right.
And I didn't care about it at all because the art was going to live. And I would do anything. I would fall on the sword for my art. Hollywood wasn't me at all. No studio. Every single solitary movie I've ever done has been independently financed. The first time I stepped into anything was with Empire, where I had to answer to the Suits studio. I was like, what? I got to answer to people? Okay. That was, that was the first time.
Why do you think the street dudes understood you more than Hollywood at that time? Or was it one of those things they were like, they just knew you special?
Here's the thing, right? I can't really scream homophobia with black men all the way because, again, that was where my support came from, financially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they see you for what you are, which is a creative genius.
Creative genius, yeah.
Who can help them do greater things with their money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it's so hard for Ebony to do right?
Poor Ebony.
I
know. A white woman called you. Can you imagine your white mother calling you Ebony?
No, we remember we talked about that. We were actually going to put that as a line in the movie too, because it was just like, what kind of white woman named her child Ebony? Like, she was just so excited to have black kids. But listen, it's a really interesting question. Why is it hard for Ebony to do right? Why is it hard for any of us to do right? Right? You know what I mean? Like, don't we all struggle with it to some degree, right? And I don't know that she always thinks that she is doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So this is when you just spoke about that scene where the demon kind of finally manifests in the car and she's running and she's paranoid. Again, we're dealing with a movie where, and this is often a thing in culture, right? Black women, we were talking about believing black women are believed. I hate when people are like, oh, black women are loud and da-da-da. But also, we have had to work to take our space and to make our voice heard and to actually get people to listen to not just our struggles, but our triumphs and our support. I think we see a similar thing in Ebony, is that she's not being believed. And it's a lot of pressure, it's just not, it's a lot of weight to hold. And sometimes you're going to stumble, you know what I mean? And you need help. And I think in that scene in particular, for me, it was just like, she is not even sure of what she's saying. So forget society or the social worker, DCS, her mother, forget all of those people believing her. She's now kind of questioning herself. Am I actually losing my mind? Am I going crazy? That's something that's not...
you feel that so much all the time.
Yeah,
you're like, am I crazy? Am I doing too much? Am I...
Exactly. And
am I too fight the power today?
Like,
I'm trying. That's how I was watching the movie though. I was like, ooh, wow, okay, I felt that. Like,
right. You're constantly questioning yourself, even if it don't have to do with demons. It's just like, am I going crazy? Am I doing too much? Am I insecure? Am I losing my mind? So I don't think she's always not doing right. I think she genuinely thinks she is doing right, and she's a human. You know what I mean? She's really trying.
All right, we got more with Andra Day and Lee Daniels when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Laura LaRosa is filling in for Jess. We're still kicking it with Andra Day and Lee Daniels. Charlamagne?
Another conversation I hope this movie opens up to this point we're talking about. Some people definitely need therapy, but some need an exorcism. So how many do you know that actually need an exorcism?
I think so. Yeah. I think so.
Listen, we're working in the same.
I'm sure you got a list.
But I think also a lot of church people will say there's too much cursing in this. There's too much, there's too much violence in this. How can this be a faith-based anything? And then you get into the politics of the church. You can get into the politics of the church and just sort of deal with that bull. Or you can deal with spirituality and know that Jesus walked with hookers, drunks.
Yeah.
The derelicts.
I've literally got, somebody hit me the other day and was like, hey, they asked politely, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, hey, I don't understand how you're a believer and would do a movie about demons. And I was just like, I think when I get asked those questions, it's like, okay, take a second, take a beat. You could get offended, right? Or you could just be like, there's not understanding here. There's a lack of understanding. Maybe it's on my part. You know what I'm saying? But it's always interesting to me as a believer. I'm like, I read scripture. You know what I mean? I do devotion every morning. I read scripture. I was like, there's demons in the Bible. Like, I don't know what to tell you. There's crazy things. Like, the whole premise is not that this life is clean and perfect and not scary and not what. It's that it's all of those things. We just have somewhere to put it. And as he said, if it's a different faith, you got somewhere to put it. So that's really and something, a why. We have a why for how to navigate this craziness. You know what I'm saying? So the idea that we're not supposed to touch those things, to me, is very, very weird and not realistic.
Sometimes we use the demon thing to avoid the actual issue, though, right? Like when the grandma goes to the pastor and tells us she thinks the house has evil energy. It ain't just demons; it's everything else you talked about. It's the trauma, it's the alcohol abuse, it's the addiction. But it's like we'll talk about something supernatural to avoid making better choices.
Right. And unresolved issues with her daughter, because I think, if I'm clear, Alberta may have changed. She received the Lord, you know what I mean? She has transformed her life, and And that's why when Ebony says to her, like, you might have your little church friends full, but I don't think we ever hear a moment in there where Alberta goes to Ebony and says, hey, I'm really sorry for everything I did to you and allowed happen to you. It's more like, I don't want to talk about that. I've transformed now. Let me just be good to the grandkids and good to everyone else around me.
And that's the way it works.
Yeah, it's really,
That's
but
the way
it's
it
hard
works.
because sometimes you need, like you said, you just averting the issue. Sometimes you actually need to look somebody in the face and with humility say, I acknowledge what happened to you, what I did to you, and I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Which was part of my journey with Monique.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yes.
You know.
And you did it first, right?
Yeah. I called her out of the blue. You know, I wanted her to. I was working on this. Y'all see that other horror movie that she did?
Yes.
So this young filmmaker, I help a lot of young filmmakers.
She was so
right?
good in
Okay. So this young filmmaker called me up out of the blue and said, "Listen, I'm working on this movie, and I need your help." So I said, "Okay." So I saw the potential in the movie. It was incredible. This kid was just incredible. And I worked on the movie for free for 6 months because it was Monique. She didn't know it. 6 months I helped him edit the film because it was a little independent film. And I was like, this is good. Amazing. That was part of me realizing she had to work. She just had to continue. People are missing out on her work as an artist. So finally I said, listen, you don't know this, but I've been working on this movie. I've been working on this movie for like 4 or 5 months, 6 months.
She said, you sneaky.
I know, she did. And I said,
Daddy, come in here and cuss him out because how he ain't tell me he was working on this movie.
And so that was the beginning of my healing through this kid that I was helping with his film.
I know you and Dame squashed your beef as well. How did that happen? How did that healing happen?
That happened because I was told by my all-white team at the time that I didn't owe him any money. And I knew in my heart that if I owed the drug, even though the movie didn't make money, the movie did not make money. So in theory, on paper, I didn't owe him any money. But I knew in my heart that I told him I was going to pay him his money. It was a man-to-man thing. But I'm listening now to Hollywood because I've done Empire, and I was like, okay, this is the way the white people, this is the way it's supposed to work. No, it don't work like that. And so even though the movie took a hit, Shadowboxer took a hit, I did the right thing with him too.
And how was that conversation when you reached out?
But it did take a public humiliation for me to understand that I did the right thing. Otherwise, I would have been just skirting. I don't think so. I mean, I would have had that come to Jesus, but he put it to Jesus a little earlier.
He brought you to the altar call.
I know y'all got to go in a few, but I want to ask you, Lee, about, because you birthed a lot of people out here, right? Jussie Smollett. What's that relationship like now? Because I remember a few years ago they said y'all were no longer on speaking terms.
I think we text each other. He has a movie that's out. I think that's coming out. I haven't seen it yet. It's so complicated, guys. It's so complicated. Life is so complicated
because of the incident, because of the hoax.
Well, life itself is complicated,
okay.
But that whole situation was complicated, and I still don't know what to believe. Honestly, I don't know what to believe. When people say he didn't do it, he did do it. God bless him on his journey.
Is there room for him to come back? Is what I'm trying to get at. And because somebody like you, it takes other black people to keep that grace and that door open for people, other blacks that make mistakes.
I work with him again.
Yeah.
Word.
I work with him again.
Would you cast him in something? Or?
Yeah, I would cast him in something again.
Got you.
He was a son to me, He was like and he also represented me, and he also represented the movement that I tried to start, which I didn't even know I was starting. I was so busy worried about Cookie's hat and the music that we were playing. This was before Insecure. This was before Black Panther. We started that. It was before all of it.
That's a fact.
They didn't even know what it was.
That's a fact.
But I was so worried about getting everything right. Is the phone right here, on the set, that I didn't know what was happening in the zeitgeist. So yeah, it's complicated.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you. And the film Deliverance is out on August 30th on Netflix. And thank you for joining us.
It's in theaters. Today's the first day it's in theaters.
And it's on Netflix August 30th.
August 30th.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you for joining us again.
Thank you, sir.
Andrew Day, Lee Daniels. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess, and let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies,
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's a culture show
with Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
50 Cent popped out Shreveport, Louisiana. You guys know he did the Humor and Harmony Weekend. Envy, I know you had your car show there.
Yes.
So, Hurricane Chris is really upset at 50. Let's take a listen to Hurricane Chris.
How the f*** you supposed to be a that's a part of hip-hop? You throw a mother concert in Louisiana and don't book no Louisiana legends and put no bankroll in no Louisiana legends pocket, but you pay the police $500,000. What type of ass is that? You ain't with my city. You taking advantage of my city because cheap and it costs way less than it costs where you from. And y'all stupid, slow motherfuckers so crazy that y'all gonna let this come down here and not show no love to Louisiana. This ain't book no Louisiana artist. This ain't book Big Papa. This ain't book B Will. This ain't book Hurricane. This didn't even go to Baton Rouge and get no boosies or no webbies. Like didn't with us. Came to take advantage of us.
I don't understand us sometimes, y'all. I really don't.
That's what Mike Rubin was talking about.
I really don't.
That's what Mike Rubin was talking about. We're so quick to put each other down. I mean, we could talk about everything that 50 did for Shreveport, right? He put millions into that city. He built things in that city that only hired Shreveport residents, only hired Shreveport black residents to work on those people. And he has videos and videos of those actual brothers and sisters saying thank you because we needed the job, needed to work. The restaurants, whether it was Orlando's or Alexander's, which are big black businesses, and smaller black restaurants that made so much money. The Uber drivers made so much money. He did have Louisiana artists on there. He had Master P, which performed. He had Fredo Bang. He had a bunch of influencers from Shreveport. I don't know their name, but I seen their videos. So he had a lot of people out. But the amount of money and things that he brought to Shreveport and is continuing to give back to Shreveport, the kids in the community. And yes, he did pay $500,000. Was the reason was he wanted to keep the city safe while so many people were in the city. And for that 5 days when 50 was there was not one violent crime.
But did he book Hurricane Chris, though?
No.
And the other local rappers from Shreveport? I'm like, you talking all of that?
He didn't book Hurricane Chris, but what he's saying is that there were local people that were booked. That's
I'm being
what you're
sarcastic,
saying, right?
Lauren. Jesus Christ.
You didn't know
My
that?
God.
You didn't see his face?
Yeah, because don't be coming with
She was like, I'm being sarcastic.
She about to start clapping
Because
at you.
I hate when we do that. Because it's like, yo, he didn't have to go there. 50 got bread. He could have went anywhere he wanted to go. He didn't have to come to that. And honestly, if you live in a place like Shreveport, Louisiana, which a lot of us weren't checking for, I know I didn't even know that it existed prior to this. No shade, but I'm being honest.
Now, see, that's just ridiculous, Lauren.
I didn't. Why would I know that Shreveport, Louisiana is there?
You don't know Shreveport, Louisiana?
No, I did not know about it before 50 bought the land there and was doing the studio. It made me look into it, made me look into why. And I think it's dope. I think it'll create tourism, which will create money.
It absolutely positively did. He brought Bebe, which is one of the biggest DJs down there. He bought money on radio down there. He spent a lot of money. What people don't understand too is 50 spent his own money. There was no major sponsor behind that. Like if you look at it, there was no, usually you see Coca-Cola or Pepsi or this one or that. No, 50 paid that $6 million out his pocket to put that on.
So Lauren,
and
you
did
never
not
heard
care
of
about
LSU?
making it back.
I've heard of LSU. That's in Shreveport?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
When I just think of Louisiana as Louisiana, I don't know. I never heard of. I don't know Shreveport.
And even with the car show, Fifth called me and so tapping with local people down there so y'all could do the car show together. So it puts them on and you can create a car coach there. Like I don't know.
Y'all have all the Shreveport people in my DM talking about don't come to Shreveport. You ain't heard of us.
But that's exactly what Michael Rubin was talking about.
Yeah, that was corny. I thought that was like. Well, Fredo Bang did respond and. Yeah, he spoke to being an artist that was booked.
Hurricane. If he ain't booked no Louisiana artists, Louisiana legends, who the I am there?
He said, well, what about me? I was there.
He was there. He performed.
Yeah, the problem is no matter how much you do, there will always be one person. If you don't do something specifically for them, they will say you did nothing at all.
Oh, Lunel said that. Lunel said that there were no female comedians booked for this weekend, and that leans into the misogyny in the industry.
I want to say that the game is still so misogynistic because I just heard about this comedy festival that my dear friend 50 is having, like right now, and I haven't seen the paperwork. I don't know, but from what I have heard, there were several comedians on the plane, but not one female comic, not one. This is the information I've gotten. And I love 50. I did Power, but there are men and women in the audiences at these shows.
Did you see 50?
Now, Lunel complaint might be valid because out of all the comics I saw at the Human Harmony, I don't think I saw no woman.
Look, Envy scrolling on his phone now.
No.
Envy, you here with us? Was there female comments?
I didn't see no women comments.
I didn't see any female comics, but 50 responded to it. He said,
He said it's proof that you can't make everybody happy. He said he loves Lunel's work. That's why he made sure that they put her in Ghost. He said we saw her big ass. I can't say that.
You can say big ass.
We saw her big ass was booked already, so we didn't reach out. He the only one that could call somebody a big back and not get upset at it. Man. You think I didn't want Monique, Samore, Amy Schumer? They're on fire. So he's basically saying that maybe there were scheduling conflicts with the lady.
So he did reach out to try to get some of them, but they weren't available, is what he's saying.
He didn't specifically say that. He alluded to wanting to get some people there, but it didn't happen. And he said they didn't even try to reach out to Lunel because they saw she was already booked.
Well, so they went through an agency or they tried to book these artists, and I just know because I'm behind the scenes that they tried to book these comedians, and that's the reason why they did the comedy show on Thursday, because most of the comedians were booked out already. They work on the weekend, so that's why he booked it on Thursday. And then also I want you guys to realize, think about all the comedians he had, and it was only a 3,000 venue. It was only held 3,000 people because he couldn't get the right amount of people for the time. He got Dave Chappelle, Andrew Schultz, Cat Williams, and a host of others at a 3,000 venue. Is sold out immediately. But the fact that
the moral of the story is, is Shreveport happy? Did Shreveport make money?
They sure did.
That's it. Was it a fantastic weekend with no violence, no crime? Yes. Drop on the clues bomb for 50 Cent. Okay. Next year it'll be better, and all of these complaints that are being made now, I'm sure that they'll adjust for next year.
I'm gonna go to Shreveport next year.
I
told you, I was like, I probably could have met my husband there. No, I told Charlamagne that.
You're gonna enjoy it. We had an amazing time, very safe, very comfortable. It was a great. It felt like a homecoming. That's what it felt
looked like a homecoming. I sent it to my chat from my friends from college and was like, yo, we should have been here.
They don't want you there. You don't even know what Shreveport at. You said they do not want you there.
Well, that's how you learn the stuff.
Okay. You from Delaware and don't know what Shreveport at. They ain't never heard of Delaware.
I don't get offended when people say that I'm the first person I ever met from Delaware, and they be like, is it black people there? I don't get offended. It's black people there, and I could be the first one. I'm not a bill collector when I call. Answer the phone.
We just need direct flights to Shreveport. That's the only thing. We just need direct flights.
Yeah.
The connecting is difficult.
Well, y'all got money? Book the private planes. Build a
I ain't got no money.
I ain't got no money. Money.
Come on into the IRS. I ain't got no money. I don't know what she talking about. Money.
Y'all sit up here looking like money, talking about I ain't got no money.
4 after the hour.
So, man, we giving it donkey to, man.
4 after the hour. We gonna talk.
You all right?
No.
Just had a brain fart.
I had to think about what I wanted to say.
You mentioned the IRS. It shook them up a little bit.
I don't want to scare nobody. 4 after the hour, we're gonna talk colonoscopies.
What?
Colonoscopies. Yes. I was gonna say something else.
That's that thing that y'all went and did together, right?
We didn't go do it together.
We went together.
Did go get colonoscopies.
Yes, we went together.
Go team.
Men should get colonoscopies, and I don't want what I'm about to tell you to discourage you from that, but we'll discuss.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
The craziest people in America.
I really got Bronx trauma.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
We in the Bronx.
Dad, what you talking about, man?
Suck much. Y'all not shutting us down. We in the Concourse.
The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida.
He lied.
Why does the Sunshine State consistently produce such strange news?
If I catch y'all ass in traffic, I whip her, my Jimmy y'all don't say.
It is just one of the many wacky news stories out of Florida.
On the Breakfast Club.
Oh, man. LSU is in Baton Rouge, by the way.
It is?
Thank you.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what Shreveport
is. The mayor of Shreveport over there. Relax. Looking like a Lego.
Donkey of the Day for Monday, August 19th goes to a doctor in Florida named Ishwari Prasad. What does your Uncle Shala always say about the great state of Florida? Say it with me. The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida, and today is no exception. Now, I truly believe humans don't care about each other like they used to. Okay? Empathy is just a thing of the past, and I believe it's because smartphones and social media have desensitized us to everything, especially people's feelings, okay? It doesn't matter if it's emotional, physical, spiritual, mental. Humans just don't care about what other humans are feeling or going through. And when you're a doctor, this is simply a trait you can't have, okay? Doctors have to care for people. Doctors have to listen to you. They have to ask you questions. They must show concern for your feelings. They have to explain things in a way that makes sense to you. They must include you in their decision making. Did I say they must show concern for your feelings? Okay? Because Dr. Prasad did not do that. And that is why we are gathered here today. I need all my brothers of a certain age, 45 and up, to, come around the radio and let's bond together over a procedure many of us have already gotten. If you haven't gotten it, you need to. But that procedure is a colonoscopy. Did your butt tense up when you heard me say that? Huh? If you know what a colonoscopy is, I'm sure those cheeks got tight. But if you don't know what it is, let me tell you, it's just a medical procedure that allows a doctor to examine the inside of the colon and rectum using a flexible tool called a colonoscope. I think I pronounced that right. Probably not. They will put something in your butt, basically. But that something they put in your butt could save your life because you could start getting regular screenings. You should start getting regular screenings for colon cancer at age 45. When'd you get yours, Envy?
45.
45, okay. I think I got mine at like 44. If you're listening to me right now and you say, nah, I'm good.
No, 44 too. Yeah, I got mine.
You got your 44? Yeah, I got mine.
Because you scared me. That's what made me think about it.
If you're listening to me right now and you say, nah, I'm good simply because you don't want anything placed in your brown Fruit Loop, then ask yourself this simple question. Would you rather be gay or dead? Okay, I'll take gay for 500, Alex. Worst thing about the colonoscopy is the prep you have to do the day before. The drugs they give you are incredible. It's the same thing they gave Michael Jackson. Put you to sleep. They go on your balloon knot and make sure everything is good. You don't feel nothing. Slight anal pain when you wake up, but you will be fine. Okay? Well, what happens when one is not sedated? Could you even imagine it?
Hell no.
What happens when something is in your butt and you can feel it, but your doctor can't hear you? Well, that is what happened in the case of Dr. Ishwari Prasad. See, according to the Florida Board of Medicine, Dr. Prasad is facing disciplinary action because he couldn't hear the patients yelling in pain because he wasn't hearing a hearing aid. He wasn't wearing his hearing aid. You heard me correctly, okay?
That's crazy.
Unless you two don't have your hearing aid in, you heard me. Dr. Prasad cannot perform colonoscopies for now. He's on probation by the state's Board of Medicine after 2 colonoscopy procedures went wrong under his care. My brothers, hold on to your butts while you hear these stories. Let's go to Fox 13 Tampa for the report, please.
A 9-page complaint from the Florida Department of Health details some disturbing allegations against Dr. Ishwari Prasad, a gastroenterologist in Tampa. According to the report, Prasad was performing colonoscopies on 2 patients and wasn't wearing his hearing aids at the time. As a result, a patient who wasn't fully sedated when the procedure began started yelling, but Prasad couldn't hear him, according to the report. The complaint goes on to say the surgical team couldn't communicate with Prasad either. And finally, the doctor is accused of allowing an unlicensed surgical tech to perform part of the procedures, including inserting the colonoscopy's scope. The Florida Board of Medicine placed Prasad on probation last week. He can no longer conduct solo procedures until he's cleared by a state-approved supervising doctor. In an emailed response, Prasad claimed this was a false report and that he's contesting it with his lawyer.
What you mean it's a false report? I know my butt. Okay, first of all, let's thank God we didn't have to go through this when we got our colonoscopies. Round of applause for amazing doctors that we had. Okay. Second of all, this man, Dr. Prasad, improperly delegated the duty of putting a scope where I duty to a surgical tech. All right, the tech had no medical license, but you gave this man permission to insert a scope in my butt. Okay, surgical tech. First of all, surgical tech, you didn't have a license. So what was your intention? If you ask me, I think you was just back there for fun. Certain things you just don't let people do. If you're a pilot, you just don't hand the keys to the plane to an unlicensed pilot assistant and say, here, take off. But that's not the one that's going to make your bunkie hurt, okay? Just thinking about it, all right? The one that's going to really make your bunkie hurt is the fact that Dr. Prasad wears a hearing aid because he is hearing impaired, and he has to wear it to allow him to hear and communicate during procedures, but Prasad was not wearing the hearing aid for at least one, if not both of the procedures detailed in the complaint, and this one was terrible because the patient wasn't fully sedated. Okay? According to the complaint, Prasad began inserting the scope prematurely, causing the patient to begin yelling. And the doctor did not immediately stop the procedure when it was apparent the patient was not fully sedated, and he failed to realize it because he couldn't hear the yells. The poor patient wasn't fully sedated because of a problem with the IV line. Okay, so according to the Miami Herald, Dr. Prasad continued to insert the scope despite being told to wait and began to thrust the scope into the patient's chocolate starfish while the patient shouted in pain. The patient was yelling and shouting that he was in pain and could still feel everything, and the doctor just kept on moving the scope inside his stink wrinkle while the patient was screaming in pain. You want to know what makes the story worse? There was a hospital administrator in the room who told Dr. Prasad he needed to wait, to which Dr. Prasad leaned over the patient and shouted, "I know." What type of masochist are you? You know how when you're not listening because you don't care to listen? In this case, Dr. Prasad really didn't care to listen because he didn't even put his hearing aid in. So you just shake your head, yeah, sure, I know, and you don't know a damn thing? That was Dr. Prasad in this situation. This man, Dr. Prasad, is out here pickpocketing people's prison wallets, man. Okay, this man been put on probation and he will not be able to perform any procedures on his own until he is either evaluated for competency or performs 10 gastroenterology procedures. I know I messed that word up, but you know what I'm saying here, okay? He has to perform 10 of those procedures under the supervision of a physician who will then make a recommendation to the probation committee. I think he should have his license taken away. There is some jobs where there is no room for error, okay? When you back there sticking scopes in my peanut butter tarantula, you should not be allowed to make a mistake. Medical malpractice is completely unacceptable, okay? One of the main things a doctor is supposed to do is listen to you. That's how they fix what's wrong. So if he's not listening, if he can't hear, if he doesn't even care enough to put his hearing aid on, then he's got to go. Please give Dr. Ishwari Prasad the biggest hee-haw.
How you forget your hearing aid? I know old people forget their teeth sometimes. But the hearing aid?
That poor man.
But
that's what you care about? That poor man was screaming.
But
that poor man was in pain. That's what we here to talk about. It'd be butts.
But pause. Pause.
You can't pause but. You need it in your sentence. Go ahead, but.
Pause. But there's usually, I know about my procedure and your procedure.
Got a lot of butts in there.
There was 2 men pause, because I know how they're going to cut this up. There was 2 men pause in the butt.
Yo, I had no 2 in me now. I had 1 man back there. It wasn't no 2 in my butt.
It had to be an assistant as well.
No,
but it wasn't tag team back again. That was not happening. What the hell are you talking about?
No, but if I'm screaming like that, the assistant ain't gonna help me.
After I laugh, I gotta tell the doctor stop. Cause I'm a laugh at. I know
That's
me.
what I'm saying, right? If you're assistant, you scream.
I know. That first scream, I'm laughing. I already know I'm getting my chuckle out. After I stop laughing, Doc, what you doing, Doc?
Doc, chill out.
Doc, you wildin', bro.
Doc, chill
He's
out.
not gonna hear y'all.
I'm gonna have to stop him.
You gonna have to.
The guy's yelling.
You gonna need some more
Take that out
physical
my
contact.
butt.
You need to tap him.
You gotta get in between the scope and the butt.
Yeah, you gotta take that out the butt.
Yeah, you gotta join in on the fun.
Listen, I'm telling you, man. They said this man was screaming in pain, man.
I couldn't imagine,
man. Prematurely put the scope in, man. The
Anything-
man wasn't sedated all the way, man.
Because when you get it, you're on your side.
Come
So
on,
they
man.
probably was on the other side, and he just screaming.
Man.
Prematurely from the side is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? This dude ain't no bottom. Ain't no bottomless bunkie.
Jesus Christ.
Ain't nothing going back there, and you do it without telling me.
Well,
I'm not fully sedated.
Send some healing energy to that man's butt, man.
Ain't no healing fixing that. That man gonna feel that for the rest of his life. Okay, the man probably hit me on the radio this morning telling the story, and his butthole is begging for pain.
All right.
Begging, screaming.
All right.
I don't like the way you said begging. It was just so rough.
All right. Where you want to go this morning?
What you mean where I want to go?
Never mind.
You trying to go get another one?
No, I was just saying. I just wonder how many men have been through that. But let's do that another day.
Oh, if you need some comfort.
No, that has happened to me. I was knocked out. I was sleeping good.
Keep going.
I'm not going no more. Let's clear it up. All right, let's open up the phone lines. 800 clear your mind. We're not going there. 800-585-1051. Carly Red, you know Carly Red. She recently did an interview and says that nobody can contact her man under any circumstances. They have to go through her. You have audio right fast?
Don't want your friends to be cool with your man? Not even if I die. Carly, not even if you die? Why is that? Not even if me and you in a car, we get in a car accident and I need to go to the hospital and you need to call don't call him. Why? Because isn't that how they were able to surprise you? I'm not insecure or anything like that. Just don't hit up my man. For nothing. They shouldn't.
Right. So that is the question. Shout to L'Oreal, the Morning Hustle in Atlanta. 800-585-1051. Do you feel the same way? Don't contact your man for nothing. Let's discuss this. The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody, it's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess. If you're just joining us, 800-585-1051. Now, Carly Red was doing an interview with The Morning Hustle, shout to L'Oreal, and she was talking about don't contact her man under any circumstances. Let's play a quick clip of it.
Don't want your friends to be cool with your man? Not even if I die. Carly, not even if you die? Why is that? Not even if me and you in a car, we get in a car accident and I need to go to the hospital and you need to call don't call him. Why? Because isn't that how they were able to surprise you? I'm not insecure or anything like that. Just don't hit up my man. For nothing. They shouldn't have his number. He shouldn't have theirs. No circumstances. What if they knew each other before? If you knew him before and you guys were already, you guys were already friends. But if I introduce you to him? Absolutely not. No. If you knew him before, it's nothing I could do about it. Y'all were cool before.
All right, so we're asking 800-585-1051. Do you feel the same way, Lauren?
I don't feel the same way, but I mean, it's my close circle of friends, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I trust them. But I get where she's coming from because, I mean, I know in my household and a lot of my friends' household, one of the things you learn, your mother literally will say to you, you don't have your friends around your man and your house around your man, and you don't have your friends they shouldn't be contacting and parlaying when it comes to your man either.
Yeah, I mean, on the flip side, when it comes to my wife, if they're my friend, they're my friend. Like, I don't have a problem with that. If one of my friends is contacting my wife for something, or they even when we out and about when they're talking, that doesn't bother me.
But they're
got my friend's friend. So if they're around me because they are friends,
exactly.
Yes. If you're not a close friend, you're not gonna be around me like that. Charlamagne?
First of all, what did she say? Under any circumstances?
She said if I get in a car accident, don't call my man to let him know. So that's crazy.
Well, die then. Okay.
She said she would rather die.
That's the stupidest thing I've heard in my life.
Yeah, that's too much.
Like, why wouldn't you call your friend's husband if something is wrong? I'm sure most husbands are the emergency contact for the wives and vice versa. Who else gonna show up? Like the husband will? That's just stupid.
And she said it's not because she's insecure, but to me,
it's very much because she's insecure.
There's a certain level of like, all right, y'all don't gotta be besties, but like in emergency circumstances, like who else you call?
Who else I'm supposed to call?
But I'm looking at the phone lines, and a lot of people believe that. Like, let's go to Tish on line 8. Good morning, Tish.
Hello. Yes.
Hey, Tish, what's your thoughts?
I feel like do not call my man. Like I don't play those games.
So if you
start being nice and naive, they'll start making like they'll do whatever they do, whatever, and like I will hunt you if I die, whatever. Don't call my man.
I don't think y'all listening to the full context of what Carly Red said. She said under any circumstances, if I get in a car accident, if something goes wrong, like why wouldn't you see? You know the problem is all you got is a man and not a husband. So you don't want him to call your man because that's just your boyfriend. But if you got a husband, of course you're supposed to call the husband.
Well, Luminous on
don't look Luminous. At me. I got no husband.
Luminous, the light in the dark says, "How you got his number anyway?" Somebody else says, "Yeah, you can call their mom." So, and then somebody says, P Ramsey 0420 says she is definitely insecure.
Depending on how old you are, the mom probably 70-something years old. You're supposed to call the husband or the wife when something bad happens to a significant other.
I just feel like they would also know, like, especially in a medical situation, they know on your daily what you're doing, what medicines you taking. Your mom might not know that.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Victoria.
Hey, Victoria, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't feel like you should be calling my man for no reason, but in an emergency, definitely. Like, you talking about if I'm in the hospital.
What world do we live in?
One time.
How they gonna call in an emergency if they can't call them? Like, how do they even have each other's contact then?
Well, the time I was getting locked up, I told him his phone number. The phone number is this. Call my man. Call him now. And we was in an argument and everything. He was the whole reason the cops came. Call him. Tell him to bail me out.
So you mean to tell me
this is the number?
So you mean to tell me if your friend's husband is the emergency contact, right? And you see that he's the emergency contact, you still not gonna call him just because you don't want nobody calling your man, or you don't think you should be calling your friend's man?
No, that's what I said. In the case of an emergency, yes. But I don't see any other reason why, unless you're trying to surprise me.
But that's why Carly Red's statement is asinine. Because she said under any circumstance. Yes. If I get in a car accident, don't call my man.
So then, Charlotte, so what you're saying?
Thank you.
Hospital, jail, emergency, call my man, but no other reason.
Thank you, Mama.
I understand what she meant by a little jail, because sometimes it's just little situations. But so if it's not an emergency, can your friends call your wife?
My friends?
Yes. Yeah, they can.
Like
that's what it's for. Yeah, it depends. I don't care.
Absolutely. I do you one difference. So my phone on vibrate, the only person that can break through that vibrate is my wife's phone call. So like a lot of times when I'm out of town and right before I do a club, if I'm sleeping, they can't wake me up. They'll call Gia and be like, yo, can you call him and wake him up? And that's the only way to get up. Everybody got my wife's number because that's how they got to get in touch with me. It's through my wife.
Y'all are in different circumstances. Maybe let's start asking the callers like where they are in their relationships.
And that's exactly right. Because like I said, I've been with my wife for 26 years. And when you're talking about
like 30
family members, yes, there's male family members, like one that in particular that I know that will text my wife about things that got to do with business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm cool with that. And I'm sure that if, my wife's friends, if they wanted to surprise my wife with something, they were trying to do something for my wife, they would ask me. And I got like with my friend's wife, my wife's friends, like one in particular, salute to Kimbo. Kimbo, I call Kimbo for all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because Kimbo gets things done. Salute to Kim out there in the 803 the Metro. So yes, I don't have a problem with that.
I don't think that's just marriage either. Go ahead, Envy.
Well, let's take some more phone calls when we come back. 800-585-1051. What are your thoughts? Some lady says, do not call my man. Don't call him unless it's an emergency.
Oh, you sound ashy.
She sound ashy?
I can hear the ash around your mouth.
We'll do it when we come back.
That.
We'll take your calls when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess, and we're asking 800-585-1051. Now, Carly Red says, do not call her man for anything. She said not even emergency, right? Don't call her at all.
Right.
So if she's going through something, don't reach out to her man. Don't text. Don't call. None of that. What are your thoughts? Let's discuss.
Be dead, Carly. Like somebody. What if that man is the emergency contact and he's the person that know about all your medical history and everything else? Why would you that makes no sense to me.
But Carly has also had a lot of people were pointing this out, but she's had a lot of issues where I know she keeps saying it's not insecurity, but her past, I can understand why she not understand, but I see where it's coming from. She shouldn't be in a relationship if that's how she has to feel about everything. Have to move though.
Well, Just Frankie said we live in a day and age where your sister would F your man / husband. So yes, your access to him will be very limited. Don't call him.
Oh Lord.
Now B Calloway said call my wife all day long. I don't care. It's called trust. Somebody says
about all day long now.
Somebody says don't bro. If you're sick, she gonna have to cry on somebody's shoulder. So don't let it be some new dude. All right, well let's go to the phone lines. I don't know.
When you know how they be saying like women are vulnerable when they go through breakups. So like your friend will slide in.
Bella.
Hello.
Hey Bella. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Now you don't want nobody calling your man?
No, you could call my man as long as it's about some money. You could give him a call. But if it ain't about that bread, no, thank you. Do not disturb.
Damn. Okay, Bella. Hello. What's your name, Mama?
Kalisa.
Hey, Kalisa. What's your thoughts?
The way I think is don't call my man for nothing. Not even on my deathbed. If my kids was going to contact me, don't call on my man for no light bulb, for no flooded house, nothing. I don't care what the situation is. And you ain't going to have his number anyways. So...
My white friends will call me all the time. They'll call me if they're going to look for a car. They'll be like, what car do you suggest? Or if they got a man, they'll be like, it's my man's birthday or Christmas. What should I give him? Like, they'll call me. My wife don't have no problem with it.
But I'm trying to tell you.
It's not about really having no problem. I just feel like that's not no type of relationship that there's no relationship. If you want information, one thing about me is I know about cars. I know about houses. Call on me. Best believe I can help you. Trust. If you need your brake fixed, I can find somebody, baby. I can show you how to do it.
Okay.
She said, I'm Google. Don't even call my man. I'm Google. I got you.
Okay, here we go.
Hello, who's this?
Hello, this is Mia.
Hey, Mia, good morning. What's your thoughts?
Good morning. I feel like Carly Red is just very dramatic and in the wrong. If you can't trust your friends with your man, either those not your friends or that's not your man. But it doesn't work like that, like how she's saying.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mama.
No problem. And I love the Breakfast Club. Bye.
All right. Well, what's the moral of the story if there is a moral?
Moral of the story is y'all need to grow up. Stop being so insecure. You know what I'm saying? Find you a husband or wife that you can trust because y'all out here dealing with all these mans and these girls and y'all don't have no trust for these mans and these girls and y'all think everybody gonna sleep with y'all mans and these girls and think your mans and these girls gonna sleep with everybody else. Like, yo, y'all need to find somebody y'all can actually trust and love and be committed and loyal to because this is ridiculous.
How you find that? When that batch of men come out? When they drop?
When that batch of women come out. See, the thing is, Lauren, you have to be what you are looking for.
Oh, please.
Okay, you need to be the change that you want to see in the world. The man that you're looking for, Lauren, you got to make sure you yourself, LL Cool J, are now that woman. Okay. Are you the woman you looking for? Would you date you? Seriously.
I'll be outside my house with a boombox.
Talk that talk.
What? Would I date me?
Are you faithful? Would you be faithful to that man?
If he's faithful to me, I would be.
All right.
Okay, you talk that talk, Lauren.
Yeah, what? Beauty is her name playing loud. Don't play with me.
I'm just asking. I don't know. I heard some things. People be DMing me like, you don't be telling the full story.
Who DM'd you?
There's a lot of guys. They be like, you was the problem.
In which relationship?
I don't know.
Because all the exes is calling back. So
hey,
I wasn't that much
of a
problem.
I got like 4 DMs and they be like, yo, Lauren is the problem. I'm making all this up.
I know you are. Because even if I was the problem, they enjoyed the ride. Okay?
We have Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa coming up. What we talk about?
We do. Speaking of problems, Marlon, Wayans, and Vlad, they got some problems right now.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess, and let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies. Don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mack.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's a coach of shit.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So Vlad and DJ Vlad, who does the sit-down interviews, for those who don't know, and Marlon Wayans are going back and forth right now. And this all stemmed from an interview that Vlad did with Arce Spears, where he talked about reaching out to Marlon Wayans' team for an interview, and Marlon Wayans' team saying that it would cost $40,000 to book Marlon because Vlad does pay for interviews. Let's take a listen.
Speaking of the Wayans, I'm actually going to break this little story here for the first time. We reached out to Marlon Wayans about doing an interview. And he had to speak to his person who, coordinates this stuff. Do you know how much they asked for a Marlon Wayans interview?
I can't wait to hear it.
$40,000 plus 30% of all future revenue.
This is the part where I'm going to show a lot of growth, because once upon a time ago, I would have just like a chainsaw went and let my mouth run. And it probably puts me in positions that I shouldn't or don't want to be in. So I'm going to take this moment to grow as a human being and back out of this.
I actually would have been interested to hear what Ari had to say. Honestly, I don't know why he backed out of that one, but from that, a lot stemmed online. So over the last couple of days, Marlon and Vlad have been going back and forth. So there was someone who tweeted at Marlon and said, look, I think that what you said was right. Honestly, you should have asked for more money and more revenue from future streams or whatever. Vlad saw that and responded and said, Marlon's finally found somebody that agrees with him that has like 200 followers. Nobody on this earth is going to pay Marlon $40K for an interview when he gets 100K to 300K views on any platform he interviews on. This guy is really delusional. So then Marlon got back at him, asked him, was he mad? He basically said, you're mad at a black man for stating his number, which I thought was corny for him to say. And now you go public and use your platform to try and drag me. I never in my life dealt with this silly negotiation tactic. So Vlad was like, look, I'm not mad whatsoever, but when you break it down, no one's going to pay you that, because what you're generating in views isn't even going to generate me 5% money-wise of what you're asking for. So
yeah, but Marlon's price is his price. And if an artist gives you a price, or if anybody gives you a price, you just negotiate. And if Vlad feels like Marlon's not worth that, then you just don't do the deal.
You move on. Yeah, that Marlon's price is what Marlon feels he's worth. And Vlad, who's a businessman, say, look, I can't make no money off of that. So it's not going to happen. Yeah.
They're taking... So Marlon said that. Marlon said, look, I'm worth whatever I say. And I'm here for that. People like you don't make or break me, champ. I'm self-made. All that stuff is what he leaned into. So after this, it kind of got a little messy. Like Vlad started basically saying, like, because of the photos he took to support his transgender, is it son? Right? Marlon has a...
Yes.
Marlon now has a son.
Because transgender child.
Yes, child. Because of the photos that he took to support his child and like doing White Chicks movie, Marlon might as well come out in 2024. It'll help revive his career. So he's basically trying to say he's washed. Marlon is like basically, you're doing this because I'm a black man. Like, all that stuff was unnecessary, because at the end of the day, it's like, just don't pay it and move on.
None of this should be expressed publicly. Like, none of it. Like, there's plenty of times, you ask artists to do things, or you trying to book a show or something, and artists give you these astronomical numbers. I can't be mad at them if that's what they make. I'm not going to, go out there and put them on blast and say, hey, can you believe such and such charges this amount of money? If that's their price.
Happens all the time.
That's their price.
That is their price. You could be mad, but like you said, if that's what they charge, and
you just keep it moving.
Yeah.
I don't understand why all of this is public.
Well, moving on to something else that was made public. So Little Durk, y'all know he's been going through like this like new, I would say like self-discovery, but he's just trying to be a better person. He came home from rehab, said he's not doing drugs no more. So recently he posted a photo, and the caption of the photo had people a little bit confused. The caption said, "Don't label me nothing but outside of a man, a father, and 1,000% Muslim. Signed The Voice." So he had to clarify it because people was like, what is that supposed to mean? He said, I don't gangbang, I'm a Muslim. And basically what I was saying on the post in so many words is you can't do both at the same time. I'm the one who's going to say it. So if you follow me and you're a brother, a friend, an icon, if I need you to follow me to this new chapter of my life. When I make music, I rap what I've seen and what I've been through. I'm not telling you to go do it. There's a huge difference. The music won't change my life. The music won't change, but my life goals will, because there were some people that are like, like you promote so many other things. Now it's like, I'm a father, I'm a Muslim, but it's like, that's not the music that we get from Durk. So it's not fair for you to even put something like that out.
Yeah, but you gotta let brothers evolve, man. I don't know.
Never want to see people grow.
Never.
Never.
Like, I was old enough to, listen to Urban Legend. Not Urban. Well, let's go back to beat before that. I was old enough to listen to I'm Serious and Urban Legend and all of those albums, but then come all the way around to hear, T.I. evolve into something else, or even Jay-Z evolve into something totally different. Give people a chance to grow.
Snoop Dogg the same way.
I always wanted to ask people, because we hear all these like hip hop stories and like whatever, and it's kind of hard to imagine Jay-Z other than what I know Jay-Z as now. Did y'all see that for like a Jay-Z, for like a Nas, like when they were like y'all were younger and they y'all did? You did?
In the music, yeah, and on videos and stuff. I didn't know them personally, but yes. You see the growth, you see the evolution.
Absolutely.
Anything with Jeezy.
But like Jay-Z, where he is today, you were like, yo, he gonna be like, you could see that then?
Jay-Z was, when Jay-Z first came out, he was hustling. Like, he was pushing records like I'm sure some people push drugs. He was out here hustling. He was club to club. He was doing what he had to do. So I seen it in Hove. I seen it in Nas early on. Absolutely, positively.
Yeah, I'm just talking from the perspective of
how they changed
artists
their
who
life.
came from the street and what they used to talk about in their music compared to what they talk about now.
Perfect example is, like he said, Jeezy. Like,
oh my God.
Jeezy went from
the Trap or Die
hustlers to just being involved.
So y'all need to be in therapy?
I feel like we got the witness. I got the witness Jeezy. A little bit of Jeezy. I wasn't surprised by that either. So in final news, Doja Cat. I'm excited about this one. Doja Cat has a new boo. So Doja Cat was spotted out in London with Joseph Quinn, who is from Stranger Things. Y'all watch Stranger Things? No. Okay. All right. He don't really matter for real. So they were out on the town or whatever. I mean, I'm just saying that because the story's really about her. This is a story about when a woman slides.
He white. You're right. Continue.
Yeah. Well, that's how I knew y'all wouldn't care about him. I said in the room, I said that he ain't gonna give a fuck about him. Literally. If it's right, it ain't right up here.
I just said continue. I ain't say nothing else. I just said continue.
So Doja Cat slid in DMs of his co-star. The co-star put her on blast for sliding in DMs, and she was pissed. She was like, I think she was like embarrassed too, but she was like just saying it was corny. People were like, oh, so that's how Doja Cat get down. She sliding in DMs. And it worked out. They outside. He grabbing on her little booty as they walk in.
Well, salute to Doja.
Am I allowed to say that on the radio?
Yes, you can.
How does Dr. Umar feel about all of this, man?
You got a quote from Umar?
I am totally against it.
All right.
Just asking. I just want to know.
Well, that is Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa. So now let's get to the People's Choice Mix. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa's filling in. And again, I just want to say salute and thank you to everybody that came out to my car show this weekend. We had over 7,000 people.
Okay.
Shout to Little Mo. Little Mo popped up and performed just out the blue. Appreciate you.
I didn't even know that was her. I heard her, I'm like, is she here? They was like, yeah, I ran to the stage. I'm touching.
Yeah, Little Mo just got on there, and when we were giving away the cars, the leases, she was like, start performing, which killed it. Shout to Bass Swag, Cash Cobain. Shout to all the vendors and everybody that came out with their cars. Shout to thank you Cardi B, Offset. Thank you French Montana, A Boogie and 50 for giving me your cars. Thanks to the people that came. It was peaceful. All the food trucks, Lincoln Tech. I appreciate you for being my headline and sponsor every year, in Monster Energy. Thank you so much. All right, and also I gotta say Hawthorne Chevy for giving away the 2-year lease, and also Eastchester Jeep. Salute to everybody at Eastchester in the Bronx, what it is. So I just want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you giving the kids haircuts. Shout out to John the Barber, House of Experts. It was so many people. Lauren LaRosa, thank you for pulling up.
Of course, but you know what I learned while I was there?
What's that?
A lot about cars, but also people really listen to that little thing over there. People kept coming up to me talking about the new thing and also about my underarms.
What little thing? Are you talking? I'm the little thing over here?
Yes.
What you mean?
If I get one more, people in person were like, don't let him tell you that you need to shave your underarms. I know they shaved. Like to the point where
they were shaved on Saturday.
And then
they
like,
wasn't shaved the day I mentioned it.
Yeah, I was so happy to
people
be
listen.
there.
They listen to everything. Like the first thing they said is, "Yo, your beard don't look crazy." I don't know what Charlamagne talking about.
Listen,
I
first
had
of all,
on a t-shirt like this. This lady gonna say to me, "You wore that t-shirt today, huh?" I said, "What's she talking about?"
First of all, I want y'all to understand something. The day I said Envy's beard looked crazy, it really looked crazy. Am I lying, Red? Am I lying? Anybody that's up here? The day I said Lauren needed to shave under her arms, she needed to shave under her arms.
No, I didn't.
That might not have been the case on Saturday.
No.
But yes.
No.
And Lauren did say that people on Facebook used to confuse her for Lauren London. And so they call her Delaware's Nunu. Oh, why y'all mad at me for just stating the obvious? I didn't make these
think
things
we
up.
need like a button where you can like mute his mic where he thinks he's talking. You know how like you can do with your old parents or they just like think they're going but they're going nowhere fast.
Your old parents?
Like when people get older, you gotta just let them go
off. I thought you meant like you can get new parents. Like your old parents. Like you I guess that's what adopted kids say. You know my old parents.
You just love
the ones that gave me up for adoption.
Why you always coming for me? Me and my dad working on it.
Oh my God, Jesus! And salute.
Hey, Dad, he probably listening. He be listening now.
And salute to the Tri-State, and also, you know who pulled up heavy? Monk's Corner. Everybody's like, I'm from Monk's Corner. I had to ask y'all. I was like, yo, how many people are in Monk's Corner? Because I run into a lot of people from Monk's Corner. So shout out to South Carolina and Carolina. They support so heavy. I appreciate you guys as well. And speaking of South Carolina, Charlamagne had his annual backpack giveaway and fish fry.
Yeah, I did. I had my 9th annual, backpack giveaway, school supply giveaway this weekend in Moncks Corner, South Carolina at the Berkeley High School student parking lot, man. So salute to the Mini Mart Caribbean Cuisine for providing the free Jamaican food. Salute to my dad, Cowboy out there for frying the fish. And, salute to Fanatics. Fanatics gave us some specialty backpacks, like backpacks that were themed around the Carolinas, Clemson, and, University of South Carolina, of course. And, everything else we provided ourselves. So thank you to everybody who came out. And it's just a blessing to be a blessing.
Breaking news right now, talk show legend Phil Donahue is pronounced dead at 88.
Wow.
His family confirmed the story today. His death was announced on the Today Show this morning. So they shared a statement from Donahue's family. He's hosted, his talk show for 29 seasons. He passed away on Sunday evening following a long-term illness. So sending a rest in peace to him, but he is like broadcast talk show legacy.
Absolutely.
For those of you guys who don't know. So sending some comfort and some healing to his family as well.
Absolutely. Rest in peace, Phil Donahue. All right. When we come back, we got the positive note. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess. And each and every day, you get your chance of some bread. All right. We're giving away $1,000 a day, courtesy of Self Financial. If you want a chance to pick up some money, all you got to do is enter online at thebreakfastclub.iheart.com, and you can win some money. And we actually got a winner on the line right now. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is James Jones.
Hey, James Jones. Now, you entered online for the Breakfast Club for the Daily Bread money?
Yep, I did. I did.
Congratulations, you just picked up $1,000. Congratulations, James.
Man, thanks, man. That's a good look. Good look.
Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Akron, Ohio, but I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
Okay, I was just in Akron, Ohio about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Me and Lisa Ray, we did a show, an all-white party out there.
Oh, yeah, sure did. You sure did. I saw it on Facebook.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. And for everybody out there listening, if you want your share of the Daily Bread, just go online at thebreakfastclub.iheart.com. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, thanks a lot.
All righty now. Now, Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, man. It's just a friendly reminder that you have zero control over how other people perceive you. So you might as well just be the person you want to be anyway. Have a great Monday.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?